I was born and raised in a pastor's home in rural East Texas. I was joined by 9 other siblings, and I was raised in a very loving but sheltered environment. From a very young age, I knew what was right and what was wrong as I was taught by my parents. And I really tried very hard to please. I tried to please God, I tried to please people, and I internalized a deep sense of responsibility, even for things that were not my responsibility. I didn't want to bother anyone. I remember when I was about 6 years old, my mom coming into my room and I was sick. And even though she was so loving, I didn't want to ask her for what I needed, which was just like a drink of water. And that's just an indicator of kind of this sense of trying to be there for other people, but never letting people be there for me. Then I went into puberty, and a very confusing awakening started happening within me, and I realized I was physically attracted to guys, and I didn't know what to do with that. I just knew that it felt very dark and something that I should definitely not tell anyone about. And so I didn't. I pushed it down. I prayed, and I just tried to not give it any air, for the hope that if I just pushed it down long enough that someday it would die. And I pressed into ministry. I pressed into helping other people with their problems, with their pains, with their hurts, while most of the time ignoring my own. And this pattern kept going until 2014, and I got engaged, and then the relationship fell apart 2 weeks after my mom died from cancer, and my world was rocked. I was at such a dark place, but yet I would put on a smile when I would go outside. I would try to do my normal things, even though I felt like doing none of them. And I didn't typically tell most people about the sleepless nights and the tear-soaked pillows and the times that I just wanted to give up. Then finally in 2017, I had moved to New York City, and I was serving a Christian ministry here. And in the midst of that, I went into depression. And I would go home and lay on my floor and just sob, but not bring many people into that reality. I kept functioning in front of everyone with a smile on my face and trying to do what I could to serve them. Until it finally caught up to me, and in the fall of 2017, I reached this place that I didn't want to live anymore. I felt so dirty because my attraction to the same sex had not gone away, and instead had intensified. And I felt very ashamed, and I carried that shame with me. I was at a monastery, and I'd went away for a couple of days to have a retreat, and there at that monastery, I just let go. I let go of my self-hatred, my self-loathing, the shame, the fear, the guilt, the mask of perfection that I've been trying to curate and to keep on. And I let go of that. And I found such a place of freedom that was just so beautiful. And God began to bring more people around me to support me and to love me, and for me to be able to be open with. My hope is, through what I have learned because of my story, that others could hear one other little voice saying that it doesn't have to end in despair, that there is hope. Hope not that
everything will all of a sudden become rosy, and that the challenges that you experience will go away. But hope that there's something brighter and something better, and that even in the thing that you think is so shameful, there is good that is being worked because of it. I would love for people to hear my story and walk away and say, wow, if he can find hope and he can find a different way of living, I can too.